right, this is Unit 8, Lesson 32 with hypothesis testing based off of mean. So in the previous section, we did proportions. Now we're going to do mean. And the idea behind it's going to be pretty much the same. It's just going to be a slightly different perspective and a different test that we're going to do. But the work behind it's going to end up being the same. So again, we're going to set up and do statistical tests for population mean. So we're going to do this off of what's called a t-test. There's also a z-test, which is something that if you take a college stat class, you'll see that in there. For our purposes, the t-test will do everything we need, and you can read through here why it is what it is. But we're going to do a t-test on that. Here's the steps in the calculator. There's going to be one big difference with this one is that you're going to have two different choices, whether you use data that's given to you or a list of numbers that's given to you. So you're going to have a choice of which one to do. It's pretty easy to tell which one's which. I'll show that. And still have the whole p-value less than or greater than the alpha that's given. So once you come up with the p-value, then the rest of the answer is going to be the same idea as it was in the last one. It's just, again, a different spot in your calculator this time. All right, so let me show you how to do this one. A researcher wishes to test the claim that the average age of lifeguards in Ocean City is greater than 24 years. She selects a sample of 36 guards and finds the mean of the sample to be 24.7 and a standard deviation of 2. Is there evidence to support the claim at alpha is 0.05? All right, so we are testing whether it's greater than 24. So our null hypothesis would be that it's equal to 24, and the alternative hypothesis would be that it's greater than 24. Remember, this is always equal to, this is greater than, less than, or not equal to. Now let me show you how to come up with this p-value here. So stat tests, t-test. Okay, here's where you're going to have two choices. You're going to have data, which would be plugging in a list of numbers, and the reason I know that is because it says list right here. We don't have a list of numbers. So I'm going to go over to stat here, and I'd have to type all this stuff in. So what we're testing is the top line, 24. Okay, the mean in the problem that we're given is 24.7. Standard deviation that we're given is 2. Sample size is 36. Okay, and our alternative hypothesis was greater than. Okay. Calculate, now it's going to be the same as it was in the previous section. So again, go 3 decimal places on this, so 0.022. Okay, I put 2.1 again. It should be 2.2. Oops. It's not going to really make a difference in here, but I want to make sure that I have the right numbers. All right, so I'm going to compare that to the alpha value. So 0.22 is less than 0.05. So from our chart here again, when the p-value is less than, we reject the null hypothesis. So I circled the reject part. And because I'm rejecting the null, then we're saying that there's enough evidence to show that that's true. So my conclusion would be there is enough evidence to support the claim that the average age of lifeguards in Ocean City is greater than 24. All right, second example. The researcher claims that the average cost of men's athletic shoes is less than 80. He selects a random sample of 36 pairs of shoes from a catalog and finds the following costs in dollars. So we've got this chart right here. Is there enough evidence to support the claim? Okay, so less than 80. So your null hypothesis equal to 80. Alternative hypothesis less than 80. And in your calculator, you're going to go to stat, edit, and you're going to type in the list of numbers. So if you want to try this, then hit pause on the video and type in all 36 of those numbers. I've already typed them in. So after you do that, again, hit pause, come back if you're going to try it. So go to Stat, arrow to Tests. We're doing t-test. This time, we're going to go to Data. All right, so we're testing 80. We have our list in L1. Leave this frequency as 1. And then we're testing less than 80. So I'll go to the less than, calculate, and we will get 0.063. Okay, so there's my p-value. I'm testing that against 0.05, so 0.063 is greater than 0.05. So again, according to our chart, because that's greater than, we're going to fail to reject the null. Okay, so therefore, there is not enough evidence to conclude the average cost of men's athletic shoes is less than $80. Okay, so when you're writing your conclusion, you're writing it off of what the question is asking, and it's, this question says, is there enough to show that it's less than 80? No, there is not enough to show that it's less than 80. You're not going to say that it's equal to 80. We're just trying to say whether it's less than 80 or not. That's what we're looking at, so that's the conclusion that you would write. All right, that's lesson 32. Questions if you got them, let me know.